Welcome to the Ivy Tech Community College online library tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll be giving you an overview of finding articles here at Ivy Tech. We'll show you the differences between scholarly journals and popular magazines, and we will give you a demonstration on using the EBSCO database system. If you're looking for articles at your library, you've got a couple of different options available to you. You can go in the library and browse our collection of physical journals, magazines, and newspapers to which we subscribe. And you can also use your computer to go online and check out our extensive database system available to you through Campus Connect. Now, if this is the start of your college career, you probably haven't run into the concept of scholarly journals before, so we are going to give you a brief summary of that now. This is a popular magazine. It's characterized by glossy paper, big four-color images, bold, gripping headlines, essentially everything that makes for a good read on a Sunday afternoon. And this is a scholarly journal. It's typically old-fashioned, the last bastion of academic research. If you've ever been watching TV and you hear someone say, "studies have shown," well, this is the place where those studies are published. They are published by universities or professional organizations, whereas popular magazines are published by for-profit publishing companies. When an article is submitted to a popular magazine, it's usually been written by a reporter who is a generalist in the field and submitted to an editor who is also a generalist. A couple of people look it over, and then it goes to print. It's a pretty straightforward process. But on the other hand, when an article is submitted to a scholarly journal, it's written by an expert in the field, someone who's dedicated years of their life to studying whatever this particular discipline is. And then it's given to a review panel of experts also in that particular discipline. They look it over, they vet it thoroughly, and they give it a thumbs up, or they say, no, let's retool this a little bit, let's change a few things. It's a very extensive process, it takes a long time, and it typically represents years and years of work, or even sometimes decades of work. So the concept is that an article you would find in a scholarly journal would be better on the given subject than an article on the same subject in a popular magazine, which is why your professors will be asking you to find articles from scholarly journals. So to do that, we are going to show you EBSCO database right now. Flip on over to Campus Connect, click on your Trustworthy Library tab, and then hit this button right here. That will take you to the library page. Click Search and Find, click Articles, click EBSCO. For our search, we're going to show you how to go from a lot of results to narrow down to just the right number of results you need for your research paper. And to start with broad, we're going to hit Select All. Scroll down a little bit and you'll notice these are all different databases, and there's a database for just about every possible discipline. Psych articles for psychology, ERIC for education, Health Source for people in medicine. It's broad, it's far-reaching, it's the best you can get. And you'll hit Continue. Now, if you've been watching all of these tutorials and some of this might be slipping by you, you're not catching everything perhaps, please catch this right here. This is probably the most important thing you can get out of these tutorials. When you're searching for articles, click on full text, click on scholarly peer-reviewed journals. That is going to cut out a lot of, well, it's going to help you separate the wheat from the chaff, It's basically, clicking on full text will give you the full text of all the articles, so you won't spend time reading an abstract and then not having the full text there. An abstract is just another word for summary. And when you click on scholarly peer-reviewed journals, it will take out all of the articles that were not published in those scholarly peer-reviewed journals. So if your professor has asked for that specifically, it's a great way to just make sure you're getting what you really need. And if they haven't, it's still a great way to make sure you're getting the best possible articles on the subject that you are researching. So to give you an example of what would happen if we hadn't clicked those two, I'm going to unclick them. And I'm going to type in our topic for today. Let's say it's environmental legislation. Now, what you'll notice that I've done with the search right here is I've typed in the word environmental, typed in the word and then I've typed in the word legislation. The and is what's called a Boolean search term. It operates in a specific way from other words. It will make sure that the articles that we bring up have to contain both the words environmental and the words legislation. Here we go. Holy cow, 70,814. I sure don't want to spend my afternoon and probably night and the next morning going through 70,000 articles. So, let's limit that a little bit. A lot of these are going to be abstracts. They will only give you the abstract, and then you would have to go find the journal itself. We want the full text, so we'll click full text and we'll click update results. And now we're down to 38,000, still way too many. Let's see what happens when we click scholarly peer-reviewed journals, and then update. We're down to 12,000. It's a little better, still way too many though. Now, a good rule of thumb is in academic research, the stuff from the last, 3 or 4 years is going to be the best stuff in the field, the most relevant, the most up-to-date information. So we'll slide our date slider on over to 2006 and click update one more time. Well, we're down to about 6,000. That's an indication we've limited as much as we can with the limiters on the side over here. And it's still way too many articles, so that's an indication that maybe our topic is a little bit too broad. So I'm going to go ahead and limit it one more time and add "and Indiana" to the search results. One more search. Now we're down to 68. It's a pretty good number, and we can actually, as you can see, the date slider has reset. We can slide it over one more time to 2006 and update again. Now we're down to 39, and that's a pretty good amount of articles to look through. So that's searching in EBSCO. Now, what do you do when you have your search results? Well, let's say this article right here happens to be just the right one that we're looking for. Then we can click on either the PDF or the HTML. I kind of prefer the PDF because it's an actual image of the original article as it appeared in the journal, but HTML is just as valid as well. And we've got a couple of different things we can do with it now. We can print it, which you can print for free here in your library, and you can also save it to your disk to look at later. And you can, over here, you can email it to yourself. And if you need to know how to cite it after you've found the quotation you'd like to use, you can hit this button. And then what this will bring up is this will bring up all the information you will need for your citation. So it's got the names of the authors, the place where it came from, etc., etc., etc. And now this is not a citation in and of itself. This is not in APA or MLA, but it is all the information you need to put it in APA or MLA. Again, you have those same options here: print, email, save. So that is EBSCO in a nutshell. It's deep and broad and takes a long time to get used to. You will have questions that come up. When you have those questions, please come see us here at the library and shoot us an email, give us a phone call. We'd be really happy to help you. Thanks for your attention, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.